Nobody knows this stuff better than me.
Nobody knows more about taxes than I do and income than I do.
Nobody knows more about construction than I do.
Nobody knows more about campaign finance than I do.
Nobody knows consultants better than me.
I know more about drones than anybody.
Nobody knows much more about technology, this type of technology, certainly, than I do.
Nobody knows more about technology than me.
I know more about technology than anybody. Nobody in the history of this country has ever known so much about infrastructure as Donald Trump. I know the H-1B. I know the H-2B. Nobody knows it better than me.
I know more about ISIS than the generals do, believe me.
Nobody understands the president, but I think I understand him as well as anybody.
I mean, I know these people much better than you do.
I understand things. I comprehend very well, okay? Better than, I think, almost anybody.
And by the way, who knew the other side of the picture better than me? I knew it.
Nobody knows more about environmental impact statements than me.
And I think I know more about the environment than most people.
I know a lot about wind. I know a lot about wind.
You know, I know windmills very much. I've studied it better than anybody.
I understand the power of Facebook, maybe better than almost anybody.
I know more about renewables than any human being on Earth.
Nobody knows more about polls than me. I know more about courts than any human being on earth.
I understand healthcare now, especially very well. A lot of people don't understand it.
I know the angles. I know every angle.
I know more about steelworkers than anybody that's ever run for office.
I know more about golf than Obama knows.
And, you know, in the case of Turkey and the Kurds, I could go into a whole story because I understand it, I think, better than most.
And I know all about it. I've known about it for a long time. I know the subject better than anybody.
I know. This guy talks about, oh, I know Scranton. I know that. Well, I know the places better.
Nobody knows more about banks than I do.
Nobody knows more about trade than me.
Well, obviously, he doesn't know about nuclear weapons. I know more about nuclear weapons than he'll ever know.
You know Russians better than I do, Kevin, okay? I understand the tax laws better than almost anyone.
Who knows more about lawsuits than I do? I'm the king.
I know more about offense and defense than they will ever understand.
Nobody even understands it but me. It's called devaluation.
I understand money better than anybody.
I understand the system better than anybody. Nobody knows more about debt than I do.
Nobody knows the game better than me.
I know more about contributions than anybody.
Even the smart guys on Wall Street, and I know all of them, and they are smart.
And who knows more about the word apprentice than Donald Trump?
I understand politicians better than anybody.
Nobody knows politicians better than me.
Who knows the other side better than me?
Who knows the other side better than me?
I think I know more about the other side than almost anybody.
And I understand the other side. Perhaps I understand it better than anybody else.
I was the fair-haired boy. Nobody knows more about it than me.
I know more than these politicians. These guys don't know anything.
I know a lot. I know more than I'm ever going to tell you.
News Decision Desk can now project that former Vice President Joe Biden will win Pennsylvania and Nevada, putting him over the 270 electoral votes he needs to become the 46th President of the United States.
Мы, отряды Путина, общественная организация «Отряды Путина», категорически не согласны с этими выборами, проходящими в Америке. Сплошное шоу бардачное, устроенное на весь мир. Со всех источников информации видно, все возмущены. Да они порядка не могут у себя в Америке навести. А то мы хотим, чтобы они влазят во все страны, в политическую, во внутреннюю жизнь всех стран, а у себя не могут навести порядок. Позорище, позорище на весь мир. То, что мы видим, как проходят выборы в Америке, это вакханалия и нарушение всех человеческих прав в стране, в ихней. Так не должно быть. Это не выборы, это уродливое шоу. Мы, отряды Путина, категорически не признаем выборы в Америке. Не признаем! Не признаем! Не признаем! Мы, отряды Путина, призываем все мировое сообщество не признавать эти выборы. Не признавать. Это вакханалия на весь мир. Слава Богу, что мы живем в России, а не в Америке. Слава Богу.
Вы меня рассмешили. What we are really dealing with here and uncovering more by the day is the massive influence of communist money through Venezuela, Cuba, and likely China in the interference with our elections here in the United States.
Guess how many? Wait, what about the turnout rate? 120%.
We're not seeing the poll book off by 30,000 votes. That's not the case.
What did you guys do? Take it and do something crazy to it? I know what I saw, and I signed something saying that if I'm wrong, I can go to prison. Did you?
I'm smarter than they are. I'm richer than they are. I became president and they didn't.
I'm really rich.
I'm much richer than almost anybody.
I am so smart. I am the smartest person.
I'm one of the smartest people everywhere in the world.
It's true.
Trust me, I'm like a smart person. I went to an Ivy League school. I'm very highly educated. I know words. I have the best words.
People would say I'm like the super genius of all time. The super genius of all time.
I'm a man of great common sense. I'm a very stable genius.
I make great deals.
I look great.
The doctor said, man, you have the blood pressure of a great, great athlete who's 20 years old.
I can be more presidential than any president that's ever held this office.
I'm really good at war. I love war.
Donald Trump is maybe the best interview there is. I get the biggest ovations.
Society loves me.
Nobody builds walls better than me. Nobody knows the system better than me.
Nobody knows politicians better than me.
Nobody knows it better than me.
Nobody has better toys than I do.
Nobody loves the Bible more than I do.
Nobody's stronger in Second Amendment than me. Who is better than me?
I think I am actually humble. I think I'm much more humble than you would understand.